I would like to talk today about psychological pressure as a DoorDash driver. And sometimes it's so psychologically hard that you have to just turn it off and just walk away and just do something else. What I'm actually referring to is waits at the restaurant time. You get an order, pays let's say $6. You agree to deliver that order, you come to a restaurant and they're like, it's coming. It's coming. 5 minutes later, it's coming. 10 minutes later, it's coming. 15 minutes later, oh, they're already packing it. We'll be here in a minute. 25 minutes, they're still packing. The part that's psychologically tough is, there's other orders out there that you could have taken, and you would have came in to the restaurant, would have been ready, you picked it up, you moved on. But then you get stuck with this order that you have no clue how long it's going to take, because they cannot even tell you that. Sometimes it feels like they're purposely holding those orders in their back room because you cannot see what's happening. I do apologize, I'm driving as I'm speaking. And sometimes it's just hard. Because end of the day, time is money. And the only time drivers are getting paid is when we are behind the wheel. We don't get paid at the restaurant to wait. I'll bring an example for those restaurants that have servers. Hopefully you guys will understand. You have a person up front that actually evens out where those new people that come in, they'll go in the restaurant to sit. So it kind of, every server gets equal amount of customers and fair amount of customers. Then imagine, for whatever reason, one of the servers, you stopped giving him customers for half an hour. The damage amount that you're actually right now creating to that server, because he works primarily on the tip, can be between $5 up to $25. Do you think that server will be happy that you just held away up to $25 worth of tips, maybe even more? But right now he's just sitting, doing nothing for that half hour, an hour. Some people ask me, I ask you guys had it enough today. I'm going home. But before I actually go there, I want to actually let DoorDash know, and whoever else is out there, I'd rather deliver all day long $5 orders. As long as they're coming in one after another and I don't have to wait at the restaurant. The food is there when I get there. I pick it up and I go. I'd rather do that all day long than deliver $20 tip orders, but I have to wait for that food for half an hour to an hour. I cannot handle that psychological pressure. It's just too much. I used to be a CEO. I used to be running business. And those of you that actually run businesses, those of you guys that are CEOs, you guys do know that time is money, and it kills you when you sit and wait. So how can we resolve this? Most restaurants, when I speak to, they do have no clue that they can adjust prep time. Is it my job to show them how to do that? Or is it the job of DoorDash and corporate? Or at least give us the authority to actually go and talk to the customers. I'm sorry, to your vendors. Sorry, I am pissed. I am very pissed. Yesterday, one of the customers asked me, how do I calculate tip? And here's my basic rules for tipping as delivery food. It doesn't apply to waitresses at the restaurant. It only applies to delivery food. Pretty much calculate how long it would actually take you to do the pickup yourself in time. So, if it takes you 5 minutes to the restaurant, another 5 minutes back, that's 10 minutes. And then typically at the restaurant it's about 1 to 5 minutes time you're gonna spend at the restaurant. Depends. But you want to calculate that and actually watch what your driver spent at the restaurant waiting. So let's say the driver had to wait for 5 minutes. So right now we have a 15-minute round trip. Every driver out there his goal is to make about $20 an hour before taxes. That means if we take the $20 and we break it down right now by 60 minutes multiplied by 15 minutes, or you can do it down because it's a quarter of an hour, you can break the 20 into quarter. That means the minimum tip on that order should be around 5. Let's say you were suspecting that the wait time will be 5 minutes and that wait time turned into a 35 minutes. Plus you have round trip of 10 minutes, so that comes down to 45 minutes. Now that $10 compensation to additional $5 that you already gave him, it's preferably, so you go into your app and you'll readjust your tip for another $10 more. I want to ask another question to consumers out there that I use DoorDash apps and other apps out there to have food and other stuff delivered to you. How would you feel if your boss said to you, this job particularly is only pays 15 minutes, so I'm going to only pay you for 15 minutes. But for whatever reason, some kind of held up, not available, XYZ, whatever it is, and it took you 45 minutes. Would you be okay for a 15-minute pay on a 45-minute job that you performed? Or let me rephrase it some other way. You have a 40 working hour week. And for 40 hours, you're getting paid XYZ. Let's say 40-hour week, you're getting paid $1,000. Let's say an example. But end of the week, your supervisor, manager, etc. comes to you and says, I'm only going to pay you $250 for this week because rest of the week you just sat, you didn't do nothing because we had no work. How would you like that? And then another topic. Delivery service is a luxury. It allows you to stay at home while someone else does the work for you. Like going picking up food, like going and having do your shopping, or deliver something from point A to point B. I'm sorry. See, that's a luxury. That's something that you were supposed to do, but you said, you know what? I have enough of money. I can afford it. I'm gonna hire someone else to do the work for me. So the question becomes, the person that you hired to do the work for you, like example, bring food to your house, doesn't he deserve to get paid fairly? And even if you did the order through the DoorDash, don't you suppose to kind of make sure that person that you hired through DoorDash actually was taken care of? Or you're hoping you can get a free ride? Which one is it? You obviously placed an order, right? You got that order delivered to your house. But at what price? Was it worth the driver's time to do your work? I really would like you to think about that, because every person's time is valuable. And I'm pretty sure your $18 hourly job, you would want it to be paid at $18. You would not want it to be paid at $9, right? Or maybe even cut down to $4.50. Or some of you out there don't even tip at all, for zero. The $2.25 the DoorDash pays, and I'm sure they're going to cut this again, it barely covers vehicle expense. That means what? I'm as a driver, I drive for free? Can someone explain me that? Do I drive for free? Am I in a volunteer business? We risk everything. We risk our life. When we get into a car accident, there is no compensation for time loss. We get hurt and cannot work. There is no unemployment for us. There's no medical leave for us. There's no vacation leave for us, like you have on your regular job. We as DoorDashers, we have none of that. We are self-employed. That means we need to save enough of money to take the vacation and to cover the time we're at vacation. Not like you, when you go on vacation, you get vacation time pay. We do not have that. That's something we need to compensate. That's why drivers prefer $20 an hour, so we can cover all those expenses when a car breaks. Because that is our main source of income and business. No car, no deliveries. We need to have a budget put aside for those repairs. When that car becomes not worth repairing, we need to have a budget put aside so we can get a replacement car. So like I say, this is not... See, a lot of people, it's the most stupidest job that you can have is delivering food. Not everybody's good on the road. Not everybody's good at with addresses. Then you have drivers like me. We do not drink. That I do not smoke and drink. That means you will get the highest quality of food delivered with no cigarette or who knows what else smell on that food. Some of us, we keep up our car so your food is going into a clean car and coming out of a clean car. I have over 2 million miles of experience driving. Is that worth nothing? Maybe I do not have the highest record of delivery driving, even though I did a good share of delivery in my past. I delivered for various different companies in the past. I did little taxis driving in the past. And then for a long time, I had a job where I drew 2 times a week, over 600 miles one way, delivering documents for one company between their 2 main offices. But don't our time, our skills worth something? Just give an example. A pilot. Would he fly if he would be paid 0 tip? And that was his main pay? Because base pay that DoorDash paying us is worthless? Or for even a $2 on a 30-minute run, or $2 tip, or a $4 tip, whatever that would be equivalent to a pilot, would he even get on that plane? Would he even wake up in the morning and get dressed to go to that job if he knew there's a $2 tip? Would you get up and go to work for $2 an hour when minimum wage in the country is $7, $8, $9, in some places even $15? Would CEO of the DoorDash and other delivery companies, would you even accept a job if it only paid $3,000 a year of income? Would you accept that job as a CEO? I am not joking here. But for some reason, everybody's trying to shove down our throat 0 tip deliveries. $2 deliveries on a 30-minute run delivery. I hope I answered some questions. This video was about 3 topics. How psychologically it's hard to wait long time. I'd rather do bunch of deliveries in an hour for smaller pay than 1 delivery in an hour for the same pay, maybe a little bit more. But where I sit, I go nuts. Be blessed. Take care.